just overheating like crazy. Now this can happen for a lot of different reasons. There's not just one reason, but I'll go ahead and break down the most common things right now. So the very first thing I would recommend doing, as always, this is like the number one thing for any console really, is to double check that your PlayStation 5 has enough room around it that it can go ahead and pretty much breathe properly. And what I mean by that is cold air comes into the PlayStation 5 with the fans and hot air comes out of the PlayStation 5 through the exhaust. It's something along those lines, you know what I mean? So you want to go ahead and make sure nothing is covering the vents, and you want to make sure there's enough room for things to come into the PS5 and for the hot air to come out of the PlayStation 5. Now I've seen a lot of people put their consoles in an area where it's like neck to neck with right next to like something else, like a bookshelf or their TV shelf or something like that. And if you have enough space, then go for it. But if your PlayStation 5 is like right up against the wall and there's very little room and it's overheating like crazy, I've also seen things like if it's on like the carpet or, covered up in some way, this can overheat your console an insane amount. So this is by far the number one thing I would recommend doing. You will not believe, whether you have a computer, whether you have a MacBook, even an iPhone, if you have it kind of like, wrapped up in something, it's going to get warm eventually, especially with the PlayStation 5 playing these heavy intensive games. You need it to have enough space for it to, breathe properly, and that is pretty much the number one thing. Do not put your PlayStation 5 in a super narrow space where there's very little room for it to breathe. Now, some other things, that's like the number one thing.